She probably won't say it directly. Not now, and maybe not at all unless you notice it yourself. By the time a woman consciously realizes she likes you, her body has often been revealing it long before her words do. The conscious admission comes last. The signals come first, silently surfacing through behaviors and reactions she may not even realize she is sending. Most men miss these signs because they focus on the wrong things. They wait for direct statements, obvious flirting, or some clear confession. Meanwhile, the real clues are showing up in subtler ways: her expressions, body language, timing, attention, and the little choices she makes around you. It is a form of communication most men were never taught to read. What many people fail to understand is that attraction in women usually begins as regulation before it becomes open interest or pursuit. Her nervous system starts adjusting itself around someone she unconsciously sees as important. The changes happen internally before they become visible externally. That is not romance language. That is neuroscience. The female brain is highly attuned to social signals, something researchers often describe as heightened sensitivity to emotional and interpersonal cues. This system constantly scans for safety, danger, and significance, often faster than conscious thought can process. When a man registers as more than simply attractive, when he feels psychologically meaningful, the response isn't instantly romantic or verbal. Instead, it appears through patterns of behavior. Signals she may not even recognize herself, even though they reveal exactly how her mind and body are responding to him. Here are 5 of these patterns that show up almost universally. And once you can see them, you cannot unsee them. The first is a mirroring window. Pay attention to how she behaves within the first few minutes of being around you. If her interest is genuine, her body will often begin reflecting yours without her realizing it. Cross your legs, and she may do the same. Lean in, and she subtly leans closer. Slow down the pace of your speech, and her tone may naturally match yours. This is not deliberate imitation. It is an unconscious form of connection, driven by the brain's tendency to synchronize with people it feels emotionally safe with. Studies on behavioral synchrony show strong links between this kind of mirroring and feelings of trust, comfort, and emotional closeness. When her body instinctively aligns with yours, it usually means her nervous system has already identified you as someone important long before she can explain it herself. The second pattern is attention recalibration. This one is harder to notice because it happens quietly. When a woman secretly likes you, her awareness of that person changes. Even in a crowded room, she continues tracking where you are without obviously staring. She notices when you move. If someone calls attention to only your name, there may only be a slight reaction in her expression, but it is there. Researchers who study social attention describe this as preferential allocation. The mind naturally gives more attention to people it values. So if her focus repeatedly drifts toward you, it often means you have become more significant to her than she consciously admits. The third pattern is the most misleading because it often looks like the opposite of attraction. It is what could be called testing distance. A woman who secretly likes you may actually seem slightly more reserved around you than around men she feels nothing for. She may laugh easily with others, speak freely to your friends, and appear relaxed in casual conversations. But with you, there is often a pause before speaking, more thoughtful wording, and a more controlled version of herself. Many men mistake this for lack of interest, but early attraction rarely looks effortless. Indifference usually appears relaxed and casual. Genuine interest often creates caution. When she becomes more aware of how she comes across around you, it usually means your opinion has started to carry emotional weight, even if she is not ready to openly admit it yet. The fourth pattern is revealed through memory. Notice the little things she remembers about you that most people would normally forget: a passing comment about your family, the title of a book you casually mentioned, or even your usual order from last time. Researchers who study female social behavior have found that emotional interest changes the way memory works. When a woman is drawn to someone, details connected to that person become more emotional, significant in the brain, and are stored more carefully, often without conscious effort. That is why she may recall things about you that she would never remember about someone she feels indifferent toward. And when those details naturally resurface in conversation later, it is not her trying to impress you. It is simply evidence of what her mind has quietly been paying attention to all along. People naturally remember what matters to them. The brain rarely holds on to details it considers unimportant. The fifth pattern is often the hardest to recognize until afterward. It is the moment of vulnerability. At some point, usually without warning, a woman who secretly likes you may reveal something slightly more personal than the conversation required. It will not be dramatic or overly emotional. Instead, it may be a sincere opinion when a polite answer would have been easier, a softer emotional moment hidden inside humor, or a truth she did not have to share. Most men fail this moment because they do not realize what is actually happening. She is not opening up because she wants advice or casual emotional bonding. She is quietly testing whether you can handle something personal with care and maturity, without dismissing it, turning it against her, or redirecting the focus back onto yourself. What matters most is not the exact words you say in response, but the way you receive what she shared. Your reaction determines whether she feels safe enough to open up further or whether she quietly closes that door again. Miss that moment, and you may miss the connection entirely. Respond well, and something important shifts, even if she cannot fully explain it until much later. When several of these signs appear together, the mirroring, the subtle attention, the reserved behavior around you, the unexpected memory, and the small moments of vulnerability, you are no longer simply witnessing attraction. You are seeing the result of a deeper emotional decision her nervous system has already made before she consciously recognizes it herself. By the time she fully realizes she likes you, her behavior has often been revealing it for a long time already. This is not manipulation or mind games. It is a natural emotional process shaped by human psychology over time, where trust and significance are evaluated carefully before deeper emotional access is given. In the end, the real question is not what she says. It is how you respond through your behavior.